Hello, beautiful people. Namaste. So I love this sequence. It really gets into allowing the pelvic floor to widen and spread, the glutes to squeeze up to support the sacrum, and the back body to get really wide and broad. And also feeling the release in the neck, hamstring stretch. Yes, it's a really beautiful sequence. So come on to your mat, ease, and we're going to start on the hands and knees. And hero's feet, hands wider, a little bit wider than the shoulders, getting broad across the back, allowing the sitting bones to squeeze up. Feel your hamstrings and your glutes engage as you push back the pelvis and pull forward through the rib cage. Radiant heart, strong pelvis, wide pelvis. And we're going to tuck toes under so we can come up onto our feet. Keep the glutes lifted, moving back. I'm just going to walk forward a smidge. Now from here, we're going to lower the knees, and we're going to shift the heels to the left. The left knee comes down to the ground, the left hip comes down to the ground, behind the torso. And keeping the hands grounding, you're going to see this really nice stretch in the sides. Once you come down with the hip, you're going to bring this left elbow to the floor. Now it's just there really to support the structure. We're not going to lean on it. We're actually going to rise those rib cage out of that support, feeling this rising of the ribs on this right side as well. Now first thing we'll do is we'll stack right knee on top of left knee. Feet are kind of in line with the hips, and the hips are behind the heart. Take the hand to the top of the right. You can see the right shin area here. And the inner thighs, the thighs roll in. As opposed to this, it's down. So from here, I'm going to start to pull. So I'm going to move the glutes back. Feel the knees move forward, tops of the feet move forward. And then my head is in line with my heart. I'm going to start to open up through the throat. Keep those ribs expanded. Glutes moving back, sitting bones spread wide. Such a freedom in here. Opening up through the throat without crunching in the back of the neck. Now from there, I like to let the head go. And you feel this really nice stretch in the right side of the neck. This arm is kind of hugging the shin. Sitting bone moves back, inner thighs roll in, glutes rise. Breathe into the rib cage, breathe into the upper back, and expand, open through the throat. Beautiful. We're going to take that same right shin and bring the foot to the front of the left knee. We're still on this shoulder, which requires a bit of strength in those lats. So think more about stabilizing through that left shoulder as opposed to slumping down. Ribs, lats. From here, I like to bring either my elbow or the hand, but depending on how much flexibility you have in this right hip. And then from there, I'm kind of like hugging. The knee comes in towards the chest and the glutes go back and up. Yeah. Feeling the broadness across the chest, and you can always find then the belly gets longer and fuller, and you might enjoy a big opening across the whole front body as the back body engages. My knee is pushing into the ankle there, and in this relationship here, there's a squeeze. All right, let's continue on. Bring the foot, hand to the foot, and I love this part. The glutes go back and up, right? That's the fun part. And then we start to move that right leg towards straight. It may or may not straighten all the way, but you're feeling for an opening in the right hamstring. Keep that left shoulder strong, and then we move the pelvis back and move the belly forward. And I'm going to straighten my leg all the way, and then I'm going to lean back, moving the heart and chin away from the pubic bone in a nice, long, open expanse. Feeling my back body squeezing Even the sitting hip, I'm squeezing that sitting hip. Nice. If you want, you can kind of take it even further into a stretch if that's available to you. Okay, to come out, we're going to shift. Right hand to the ground, left hand to the ground, foot down, and shift. Cool. Let's come onto the knees for a moment. And just enjoy a few of these pulses, just to wake up the glutes again, feeling balance between the right and left side. Ease in the neck and jaw. So I'll do the other side with you, so you also get the back view, which is quite fun. Toes under, lift the knees, the glutes go up and back, the shoulder blades get broad and wide, and I'm feeling my inner thighs inner thigh bone squeeze in, knees get wide, so we can really get those glutes. All right, we're going to shift the heels, move the glutes back behind the rib cage, and set the hip down. Once you have that done, you can kind of pulse there and feel that left shoulder getting a nice movement. I'm going to bring the right elbow to the floor, and so this is going to be your support. Okay. And same thing as the first side. Hips behind the heart, hold on to the top of the knee, and keep those feet in hero's feet, and we're just going to pulse here. Notice that right shoulder moving out and away by expressing those lats up, the left ribs expand. Move the throat back, move the heart forward, move the waist forward. And then let the head fall so you can get a stretch in the left neck. Keep that left thigh rolling in a bit, that sitting bone squeezing up. Okay, I'm going to get wide across my back again, so the tendency is to squeeze there, and sometimes we just forget, so we keep reminding ourselves. Take this foot to the front of the right knee and hug. You're going to feel all this opening in this left hip. The sacrum is moving forward and in, and then get wide across the back and open up the throat. From here, I'm going to take the foot into the hand, and this is where I'm using my right. Really use the right hip as well, the sitting hip and the right shoulder getting broad. That left sitting bone goes up and back, and we feel the whole pelvic floor widen. Even just pausing here is beautiful. If you want to start to feel the left leg straight and getting into the hamstring, feel it from the depth of the hip and not just the toes. Keep the toes soft and rolling in slightly. From there, I'm going to move my glutes back and up, my pelvis forward, and get wide across the back. Feel a full expression, open the throat. And if you want to extend the leg a little bit further, you can really go for that hamstring. Beautiful. Come out of there. Come onto your elbows. And come all the way on to your belly. And take a moment to assimilate. You can rest your forehead on the hands. And I like to come into hero's foot, push the knees into the floor, feel the glutes rise, and you're just going to enjoy this back support. Stretching the belly long. The knees move in and forward, the tops of the feet move in and forward, and the sitting bones move up and back. Okay, and release. There you go. Namaste.